Instagram, just teach me. Hi everybody. Sorry, my Instagram is acting out, but then we'll try to fix it as time goes by. Okay, I don't know what's happening with this phone. Okay. It will catch up. It will catch up. It will catch up. Hi, Elohim. Hi. Hi, everybody. Kindly tap the screen. Kindly tap the screen. I'm waiting for Instagram, or let's just start. Instagram will find us along the way. Right. So today we are discussing week 8. We are on week 8 discussing C-section versus natural birth, navigating hormonal changes. Oh, guys, the clothes. You can't be doing that, guys. The clothes, the floor. Are you for real? Chichi, please. I'm trying to set up Instagram. Okay, we're also live on Instagram. No, we're not live, it's still loading. Okay, I think Instagram has a problem today. Oh, at last we're live. So, hi everybody. Welcome each and every one of you, whether joining us from Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram. Welcome one, welcome all. We love having you here. I am Beacon of Light, the luminary of holistic empowerment. And today we are on week 8 and we are talking C-section versus natural birth, navigating hormonal changes. So yeah. Okay, let me first tap here so that we can attract. Don't be afraid to tap the screen, guys. You know what's done on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, we tap in to like. So do whatever it is that you on your platform, show some love. All right. Okay, so week 8 we are talking C-section versus natural birth. All right, so let's start with the origins. Oh, forgive me, my background today is a mess. I'm in the house today, I'm not in my space, so it's gonna be a bit of a mess, but it's fine. It's fine. What? Go and talk to Papi. Go and ask from Papi. Okay, anyways, Chichi, come on, bruh. Anyways, let's just get over and done with this. Let's just be as fast as we possibly can. I don't have help today, it's just me, so no village for me today, so we'll expect these ups and downs because I'm in the house. I can't leave my kids alone in the house and go to my space, right? Okay, so the origin of natural birth, it originated as evolution, right? Humanity understood that the only way a baby can come out is through that route, right? So they went through that route. However, back in the day, a woman in labor will go into the river. Okay, as I always say about these things, these are just my personal channelings. Maybe you may have your own understanding of these things. Sorry guys, maybe you may have your own understanding of these things or channelings or theories or philosophies, but then today you came to my life, so let's listen to mine. All right, so back in the day, a woman in labor would go to the river, right? Whenever you were in labor back in the day, I don't mean like thousands of years ago, I mean like millions of years ago, right? So nature would just lead you to a nearest water source, mainly a river, because it's flowing water. right? So it was some form of a transition, right? The water was symbolizing this is where you were, and now you've transcended into being a mother, right? Hence the flowing of the water. So a woman would be led to a river to carry out water birth, right? Natural water birth, right? Nature's instinct, right? Back in the day, it was instinctual, somewhere there, right? So a woman would go there and have an instinctive water birth, right, at the river. So that's how natural birth was back in the day. And the whole village would come and support her, right? The river was a life source back in the day. We knew that that's where we get life as humanity. We get our water, our washing water. In fact, it was where we literally got life as a village. So a water source was visited regularly by the village. So a woman would go there, won't tell anybody. It would just be an instinct that, you know what, I'm in labor now, so I have to go there. So a woman would go there and give birth, but she would never be alone, because that's where humans would go on a regular basis, right? Gosh, forgive the noise. Today is gonna be a mess, right? So on a regular basis, people would go there. So they'd find a woman giving birth and then collect everybody to come by and witness this this happening, this amazing thing that was taking place, right? So yes, and then there would be chantings, should be given herbal teas, should be given all of these things that will help her have a flowing birth. Are you serious right now? Can you please stay in the bedroom, Mom? As you were sitting there, what happened now? Now that I'm working, you are coming by. Please go to the bedroom, Mommy. I'll be fast. As I'm doing this thing, I'll be done just now. Just give me 1 hour. Just one. I won't even take long. It's just 1 hour. Anyways, sorry guys. So yes, that's how it happened. And they should be given these herbal teas, these herbal concoctions, so that the birthing process could be easy, could flow easier. Right, so yeah, a woman would give birth surrounded by village, surrounded by support in a water birth. I mean, through a water birth. Okay, this session would be a mess. So guys, accept anything. Be prepared for anything. It's gonna be a messy session. Today is just, yeah, I'm doing this either way, whether it's happening or not, but we're doing it, guys. Gonna be shout, there'll be mommy shouts and loud noise, but we're gonna do it, okay? We are gonna do it. We're gonna do this one. What? Please go and ask Papa to take you out, babe. Go and ask Papa to take you out. Go. Okay. Yeah. This thing will happen here, so let's not get all fussy. Maybe this year it would be better, but this year, this is how it's gonna be. So yeah, let's just get on it, right? Okay. So yes, we've tackled natural birth and then C-section, the origin of C-section. As you know, I am the person who advocates for egalitarianism, which means that I am very much against patriarchy. So it's out there, everybody knows it by now, but then I'll forever say it. I'm very much against patriarchy. I understand the origins that humanity was trying to protect woman, was trying to honor woman by having man protect woman through all of these things, by domesticating woman, buying a woman, and all of those things. It was their own way of trying to protect women, making sure that women are not left wandering, right? Back in the day, that's the best way they could take, the best route they could take to protect women. However, in the beginning of time, millions and millions of years ago, man honored woman through understanding the biology of woman, right? Women were honored in line with their biology, not in line with control. Patriarchy came forth because there were these control mechanisms coming to play. It was an age where agriculture was just starting to boom, right? Agriculture was getting into motion, so everything's under ownership. It's when materialism started coming to play, right? We understood, humans started understanding egocentrism. This is mine. I own this. It's mine, right? Ownership, materialism. That's how patriarchy came to play. Patriarchy came to play because things were trying to control things, trying to put everything in order so that everybody gets a fair share and things are understood. Thank you for the like, a vigilant town. Things are understood, right? Everything is in order. We're trying to maintain order. That's how patriarchy then came forth. We were trying to protect women, yet we were enforcing patriarchy. It was a good thing then, because yes, women were protected under laws, under regulations, under a certain form of control. So that's how C-section came to play. This man would get married to or domesticate the woman. It's mine now. So ownership from father to another man. So now she's mine. So whatever comes out of her womb is mine, right? I'm still coming to how C-section came to play. So now we're in the era of materialism, or in the era of ownership, or in the era of egocentrism, right? Mine, my legacy, my things, my this and that, right? Egocentrism. And it was mainly men, right? Patriarchy. Okay, so now this is a woman here who is having this baby, and now there are complications. Remember, we have moved from femininity into toxic masculinity. I always say this, that when there is no balance, when something is offish, when one energy or entity feels superior to the other, it's starting to be toxic. There is toxicity there, right? So when we moved from the era of egalitarianism, which is the yin yang, the masculine and feminine working together, we moved to the era of patriarchy, whereby the masculine is now superior to the feminine. In fact, it's oppressing the feminine, right? So it means that everything we do should be in line with masculinity, and egocentrism is in line with masculinity, while intuition or following your instinct is feminine. Now we're not following our instincts, we're now following control, egocentrism, what humanity is saying, what the man is saying, right? We're in that era, the era of patriarchy. So now we're practicing ownership. The men own things. Now the aim is to promote a lineage, to push forward a legacy, right? So the woman is here to push forward the legacy, right? That's the main aim why the woman is here for this man, right? That's why the man brought this woman from her father to promote and push forward the legacy. So now the woman is here. The woman is pregnant. Now, remember, as I've said, we've shifted from femininity to masculinity. Now, everything, even in the quantum, is now failing to be feminine. It's failing to flow, which means now we're having birth complications because there's an energies are not aligned now. There's a mismatch in energies, which means that there will be chaos. So now pregnancies are complicating. Births are chaotic now. There are mortalities, right? So since we're in the masculine era, the man came by to say, I want to save my lineage, right? So that's how C-section came to play. We're trying to save the baby so that the lineage can go on. There was a high mortality rate in women, in mothers, and all that, because C-section carries a lot of risk, like infection and improper healing. I hope I'm saying it right. So those are the risks. And C-section comes from the way scissors, which means to cut in Latin, scissors. But it's not the same spelling, like grammatically, graphitically. right? It's not the same spelling, but it scissors means to cut. So that's how it started about. I won't go on the deep of the history, but yeah, it was to save the baby because of toxic masculinity, as I have said it. So now let's get into biology, shall we? How do we prep? How do we prepare for a natural birth? The modern route, the modern way I have described and put into play how in the ancient of times, how millions of years ago we carried out the natural birth, but then now we are living in this era of medicalization, medicalize, phallic, patriarchy, right? So how do you prep for birth in this era? One, it's nutrition. You eat a light, balanced meal. A light, balanced meal. That means last week in fact, the previous weeks we've spoken at length about nutrition. Before pregnancy, during pregnancy, and after birth, we've spoken at length. But then I will just recap that you need your ions to replenish your blood and make sure that your blood is strong, because you will need your blood during birth and after birth. So have high quantities of ions in your food. So please check my previous videos on where to find those. I will not go back to that. We spoke at length about it. Have ions, proteins to strengthen your muscles. Remember, you are now feeding two souls. You have two auras now. So yes, and you're also going to need strength, the muscular strength when having that baby, right? So push those proteins, right? And hydrate. I can't emphasize this enough. Water is life. You need water in everything you do. You are 70% water. So please hydrate. More water means more in your body, means that ruach, keep it flowing in your body. So hydrate before going into labor. And also movement. We strongly encourage you to walk, conscious breathing, and I always recommend yoga. Always say yoga. All of these things combined, they improve circulation, and improve circulation means that the labor will progress faster, right? So yes, hydrate, gentle movement, nutrition, which is iron, proteins, hydration, and then gentle movement, which is conscious breathing, gentle walking, and yoga. Also have support. I always emphasize support. I cannot emphasize it enough. I always say this. Support. You cannot do it alone. Yes, we live in a world of individualization, individualism, capitalism, colonialism, patriarchy. Yes, all of these systems I play, and they all promote individualization and individualism. Yes, we understand that. However, it is not. Oh my God, I cannot emphasize this enough. It's not feasible for the feminine to be alone. Yes, for masculine, it's perfect. In fact, the less people around, the better, because the masculine energy is to provide and protect, right? So the less people it's providing for and protecting, the better for it. However, the feminine, the less people it has around, the less people it nurtures, and the less people it has to nurture it, right? For the feminine, less people means mortality. So this thing of capitalism and individualization is truly not good for the feminine. So please, my feminine, my dear feminine containers, those who are containing the divine feminine energy in their reproductive system, which means woman, please take care of yourselves. Have village, have support. I cannot emphasize the importance of support in your lives. So have that village, have that community to co-regulate your nervous system. You cannot do it alone. You need help regulating your nervous system. And people around you, it means that your nervous system is regulated you having support, people to lean on, have that so that things move smoothly in your body, both physically and in the quantum realm. Right. So also preparing for a natural birth, your mindset should be at the perfect spot, which means that expect pain. It is painful. Natural birth is painful because apparently life in line with energy, nothing comes easy. Everything comes with pain. Everything value comes with pain. So expect pain. Do accept pain, but trust your body. Your body knows what it's doing. It's doing this thing for billions and billions of light years. So it knows what it's doing. Trust in your body. Let your body lead and follow. Just surrender to your body. It knows what it is doing. And also don't forget to visualize success, right? Always have the positive mindset that I got this. It's going to come out good. Everything will flow. Everything will come out in line with what is good for me. All things are working for my good. So visualize, 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 and have expectations, but not rigid expectations. Be malleable and ductile enough to accept whatever may come. Come what may, be ready for it. Okay, and then going to preparation for C-section. Oh, and also healing in the natural birth may take 2 to 4 weeks or maybe 6 weeks, depending on the severity of the damages that happened in that organ. Right, so now we move on to preparing for C-section. The first one is fasting, right? Is fasting. You don't eat or drink anything for 6 to 8 hours before surgery because we are preventing aspiration during the anesthesia, right? Because remember, nowadays we use the C-section, the localized anesthesia, whereby they numb the abdomen from the rib cage downwards to your feet, right? So you can't cough, you can't gag. So whenever you're having an irritation, you may not be able to cough or gag, which means that the reflux or the food for tummy may move up to your throat and go into your lungs, risking infections in your lungs. Because when the food comes up here, you need your abdominal muscles to cough. So when those are numb, the abdominal muscles, you cannot cough to express the food away from your throat, which means that the food will go into your lungs, risking infections, right? So that's why it is highly advised for you not to eat or drink anything 6 to 8 hours before the surgery. That is C-section. And there will be medical preparations. I'm talking about C-section that was planned, a planned section. Maybe because you have fibroids, or maybe you have high blood sugar or low blood sugar, or maybe any other medical complications, yet you are pregnant. That's when you will be prepped for planned C-section, right? Sometimes some people go in there and just negotiate, and then plans are made for you to have a planned C-section, right? So now we're going to put a planned C-section, not an emergency C-section. Also, the medical preparation, blood tests to check if you don't have any sugar diabetes, right? Those kind of ailments, because then the wound will take a longer time to heal. So we have to know beforehand, right? So blood tests will be taken to check if you are viable, and so that you can know beforehand what you will need during and after your C-section procedure. And also there will be IV fluids and IV things in your body just to prep your body for the C-sections. And also you'll have anesthesia consultation so that we know what you're allergic, what you are allergic to medically, and so that you can have the perfect anesthesia for your body, for your systems, right? And they also have additional preparation. Be ready and understand that recovery will take longer. So by understanding that, you'll be able to arrange support, because after C-section there are issues around mobility, right? You cannot take care of your baby. Sometimes you can't even hold your baby because you're encouraged not to carry heavy load. So imagine if you're having a heavier baby. So yeah, you'll need support. Also, you cannot touch water with that wound because it then prolongs the healing process. So once you understand that you'll be going through C-section, have that emotional preparation. And then post-surgery in C-section, prioritize wound healing, right? Whereby you should have gentle movements, proper nutrition for healing, right? Just have those things in order. I know during C-section you may be tempted to just sleep because it is so painful. You feel like you can't even breathe, let alone just get out of bed. But then it is strongly advised for you to have these gentle, underline gentle, not vigorous, right? So that your body can heal, your muscles can be like, oh, okay, this person needs to move, okay, she wants to move ASAP, so let's align, heal the wound, because this person is ready to move. That's what you are sending to the wound, right? So I have that post-surgery, yes. Also, healthy. I spoke about this in my previous video, so please check it out, what proper nutrition is. And also expect delayed or poor bonding with the baby. Don't beat yourself up when you are just not aligned or attached to the stranger. You just feel like it's just somebody's baby, and also it's just somebody's baby who you can't even have empathy for, right? Don't beat yourself up when you've had section and you are feeling that. It's because you are going through something called surgical delay. Yes, surgical delay. Literally, the baby has been yanked out of your body. Your body doesn't comprehend what has just happened. It's like, I had a baby and now I don't. What just happened? And your hormones are like, should I push? Should I retreat? What just happened, right? Your body is more confused than happy to have a baby because it doesn't understand what just happened. The last time it remembers it was pregnant. However, it doesn't remember carrying out all the necessary steps to yank out this, to take out this entity. This entity was literally yanked out, in turn confusing your body, like, what's happened right now, right? So that's what happens. Hence this poor bonding, because your aura, your Bluetooth connection is not connecting, because it's like scanning for device. The device was just here. Where did that device go? Because I don't remember myself pairing with this device. So scanning for device, right? So that's what happened during C-section. Yet during natural birth, your body goes through all of these necessary steps to carry the child, go into labor, push out the child, push out the placenta, right? It's the literally steps it's going through. There are checkpoints that, oh, I've done this, oh, now I'm here, oh, now, right? It's not getting confused. It's on par, it's in line, it's in alignment with what is happening. And with C-section, it's like, on your marks, get set, boom. Oh, I'm at the finish line. How did I get here? What, right? It's still trying to connect the puzzles. What just happened? So don't be alarmed and don't beat yourself up if you're not able to bond with your baby instantly. It may take even a year. Even years. Like, just don't beat yourself up. However, how long it may take for you to put the baby, just constantly try, push that skin to skin, advocate for delayed umbilical cord clamping. In fact, push. And I always advise for C-section mothers to push on breastfeeding, mostly because it will help with the uterine contraction. Remember, your uterus won't contract at a proper rate because these hormones that force the uterus to contract are just confused. That, where was I? I was just at the starting point, and now I'm at the finish line. I did do my job in between. I don't remember myself running this race. So what should I do now? Should I just disappear? Right? So they just linger around thinking that you're still pregnant until they just decide to just get absorbed by the body. Yet in natural birth, these hormones, they literally push out while squeezing the uterus, right? They push the baby, squeeze the uterus, push the placenta, squeeze the uterus. In C-section, the baby is just taken out of the uterus and the uterus is stitched back up, so there is no time for squeezing and all of that. So when you breastfeed, the hormone oxytocin tells that hormone, the hormone responsible for squeezing the uterus, it then tells the hormone that, oh, the baby is here now, the baby is breastfeeding now, apparently we made it to the finish line, so act accordingly, right? That's what the hormone, that's what oxytocin tells the hormone. Then that's when you experience uterine contraction called ingatsane, because oxytocin is now bypassing the whole process, telling that hormone to contract the uterus. So please, I always advise and advocate for breastfeeding with mothers who have gone through C-section, because it helps in more ways than one. It also promotes skin to skin, and the bonding process is then the bonding process is promoted, right? Because you are literally connecting with the baby during breastfeeding, right? So now let's go to emergency C-section. What to expect? Emergency C-section. The emergency C-section is done when labor is obstructed in any way. Maybe the baby is oblique, the labor is not progressing, there's just something stopping the mom from going through the natural route. So an emergency section is then carried out. Also, when there is fetal distress, maybe the baby is going through heart failures, or the baby is failing to push itself out, yet everything is perfect, the placenta is perfect, the mother's hormones are pushing the baby out, the pathway is open, everything is perfect. However, the baby is just failing to push itself out. So that's called fetal distress. So that's when C-section is carried out, emergency C-section. Also, if there are placental issues, maybe fibroids or placental ruptures, or right, all of those things, an emergency section is then carried out. So what to expect? Firstly, they let you know that there are complications. So the best way to do is to go through the C-section route. Are you in it? Are you for it? And then if you say yes, there are forms that you sign to say that, yeah, I'm saying yeah to the C-section route, and whatever happens to me, I gave consent, right? Whatever happens to me or the baby, I'm the one who agreed. So you sign those forms, and after you sign those forms, you get prep for theater. Firstly, they insect. First they give you an IV fluid so that you have the necessary bodily fluids, nutrients and minerals you need to go through the route called C-section. So firstly, they put the IV fluid. I don't know what is in there. I'm not a nurse, just a scientist and a healthcare practitioner, not a nurse though. So the second step they do, and I'm also a mom, so yeah. Second step they do is they put a catheter in your urethra, because they know that during the procedure you will be numb, as I told you, from the rib cage, from below the rib cage downwards, which means you won't have any control over your bladder. So the urine will just go push, right? So to prevent the urine from going to the uterus and disturbing procedure, you will have to pee through this catheter into the pee bag. There is a bag whereby your urine is collected, right? And apparently it also helps the doctor helping you with the C-section to trace your your fluid output, so that they understand how much fluid you have lost, and also to understand your hydration and the water content in your body. So that not only helps you not to get embarrassed, or it doesn't only help in preventing the obstruction of the procedure, it also helps the doctors to understand your body fully. So yeah, they put that catheter, and then anesthesia, the most painful part. For me, I had the localized anesthesia, the one that numbs from the rib cage, from below the rib cage downwards. So what they do is they insert a tube thingy in your spine. It's a very delicate procedure, so you have to stand still, and the anesthesiologist has to be very much skilled. So it's very delicate. So they push this tube into your spine and then administer the anesthesia. And after a few minutes or so, you are numb from the rib cage, from below the rib cage downwards. And then they start prepping you. So you lay on your back, arms like you're being crucified on the cross. Right? Just like that. I feel like they need to observe you holistically, because when you're like this, everything is observable, right? It's there, it's out there, right? So you sleep on the bed like that, and then they cover you from the thorax, from the neck, cover the thorax down. You can't see anything from neck down, right? This is to prevent from any traumas. Imagine being cut while you can see the trauma, right? So they cover you from here downwards, high catapult, right? So that's what they do. And then after that, they do their own thing. I have a video on it, so I know what happens. However, I'm not going to share it here because it's too visual. I'm not going to say what happens, but then just know that they cut you up. They cut the uterine line, right? They cut layer by layer by layer until they get to the baby. And once they get to the baby, they yank it out, stitch it up. So yeah, you are monitored. Yes, you are monitored the whole time. Remember what I said back there when I said that you shouldn't eat whenever you are having a planned C-section. You should fast. You shouldn't eat for 6 to 8 hours before the C-section, before the procedure, before the surgery. However, one may ask that, what if I didn't plan for the surgery or the procedure? What if it was an emergency C-section? I had planned to go the natural route, but then I had the C-section. So what should be done because I have eaten, right? One person may ask that. And then the answer is, it's okay if it was an emergency C-section. However, there will be a high rate of monitoring. The anesthesiologist, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, I don't know what they are called, but I call them anesthesiologists, right? The people who administer anesthesia. They are there. They then monitor you. When I say to open it for you, they are there to monitor you. So whenever you are having this reflux, there are machines and equipment ready to assist the body so that this reflux doesn't go into your lungs. So they don't say that you should fast because there's no way to intervene. They say it because it then becomes extremely labor intensive. Imagine being monitored, the amount of costs and labor it needs to monitor you. So to prevent that, if you know that you're going to go through the section route, just fast for 6 to 8 hours. However, if it was an emergency, then we can sacrifice, right? That's how it goes. Okay, and you're monitored the whole time. That's easy. And also expect extreme amount of pain, excruciating pain when the anesthesia wears off, because imagine you've been cut and you've been stitched. It's painful. So when the anesthesia, the numbness fades, they would hear you bonza like a cow. Right? That's how painful it is. So expect excruciating pain. So the nurses will take care of that. There will be painkillers given to you at a certain time interval. So don't worry about that. Expect pain though. It will be painful, but then don't worry. They got you. And also, after a few hours, especially after 6 hours, you are then encouraged to stand up and walk, right? So when you wake up, expect organ collapse. I don't know. Hi, the rich girl. Hi, Your Majesty. I, for one, in my experience, when I got up, I'm sharing this because I need you guys to be aware of it. I'm raising awareness so that you're ready for it, so that you have support beforehand. When I stood up, my organs shifted so fast that I almost collapsed. I ran out of breath and almost collapsed. I don't know if there are people who experience that. However, personally, I experienced it. So I think be on the lookout for that, so that you know and you're ready for that thing, because it's extremely disorienting, it's extremely disorienting and extremely traumatic. No, I'm okay, baby, I'm okay. Go and ask you to give you yours, right? So there's that kind of a feeling. I don't know, maybe it's medical, but I didn't know. It was my first time, right? My first baby was C-section. I didn't know whether it was normal or not. I didn't know who to ask, right? It was just that kind of arrangement. However, now that you know, have that support, ask, research, and be ready for it, right? So I'm just putting it out there so that you guys are ready. And then don't push yourself to be able to walk real quick. Sometimes you may be able to take 2 steps and feel like, yay, right? So be gracious to yourself. Take those 2 steps. Take those 5 steps, 10, and then you're able to go to the bathroom on your own. And that's when the catheter is removed from your urethra, because now you can go and pee on your own. And the fun part about C-section is the fact that you can just pee without pain, right? That's really fun. However, you're just having these severe abdominal pains. So I feel like it's just painful either way, whether you go the C-section route or the natural route. There will be pain, however, on different areas, right? And then 3 days observation. I spent 3 days in the hospital after C-section, so that they observe that there are no infections, you are healing good, the baby is feeding well. Because remember, the baby didn't go through the necessary route to come out into the world. So maybe there may be lung complications, breathing complications, maybe the baby is just disoriented, all of those things, right? My baby was cross-eyed, right? She went cross-eyed for a few hours, so it was in line. Apparently it was in line with the C-section. The baby is also confused that, oh, I was just, and now how did I run the race from start to finish? Well, how did I get here, right? So they're trying to observe that, these confusions due to C-section. So you spend 3 days in my country, and in fact, during my time of C-section, I spent 3 days in the hospital for observation, to observe mother and child, how they are transiting from this shock. Because C-section is a shock, guys. It's literally saying on your marks, get set, go, run. And you are running this race. However, you didn't run, you were just teleported from start to finish. And it's disorienting and confusing that, oh, I was just at the beginning of the race, and how did I get to the finish line? That's how C-section feels. So you need to be monitored how you are handling this transition, this teleportation, right? Hi, Mikaeli. Hi, Your Majesty. So yeah, that's it. And also expect to be an invalid, right? Don't expect to just bounce back real quick into your chores. Yeah, I'm going back home. After 3 days, I will cook. Yeah, I did wash those blankets. I have to wash. No, you cannot do that. You will risk infection and you will not heal because you are harming your body. After C-section, just accept that you will be an invalid. Hell, you will be on a wheelchair for the next week or so. You are lucky if it's a week, because it may take, for me, it took a whole month for me to be able to walk upright. For a whole month, I was walking like a go-go. I was walking like a granny after C-section because the pain is extreme and your uterus is still heavy on top of these stitches. It's one of the major operations that human beings can go through. And also you have to co-regulate this new baby, this new entity, and also you are still trying to understand what just happened. Your hormones are still not shifting. So yes, Mikhail, you understand. So there is a lot still happening. So you can't heal just like that when you are going to say, you know what, I'm going to just bounce back and go back to washing, go back to cleaning, go back, right? So be gracious to yourself. It's okay, just be an invalid for a month, for 6 weeks minimum. Just have that support, have that village. And then now let's go to natural birth. All right, here the steps are: you go into labor. When you get there, yeah, the pain. I won't go into it. We spoke about it in my previous videos. the pain. And then you feel the urge to push. I can't explain how it feels like, but your body just tells you that, you know what, it's just like the urge to poop, right? Nobody tells you that, okay, whenever you want to poop, this is what you feel. No, you just feel like, oh, I want to poop, right? Same with this thing. When the baby is here, nobody will tell you that these are the symptoms. Your body will just tell you that, you know what, it's time to push now. Right, I have to push, right? So yeah, you go there and then you push. And also, I will forever say this every chance I get, that when you are pushing that baby out, don't push it like you are taking a pee. Push it like you're taking a poop. Because if you push it like you're taking a pee, you will tear, my child. You will tear up. You will get ravazed and reversed. Push like you're taking a poop, a big shit. The baby will come out with 0 tearings. Trust me, I've been there, done that, right? And also, yes, even here, don't get up too quickly when the baby is out and the umbilical cord has been clamped. Be gracious to yourself. Your body will also tell you that, okay, now it's time to rise. Because remember, all of the blood in your body has been channeled to that area, so that labor and delivery is efficient and effective. So you don't have enough blood in your head. So when you rise, you will collapse, my child. You will collapse. But then when the blood goes back to your head, you will feel like, you will feel sane again, like you just came back from death and you've been resurrected. When the baby comes out, the placenta comes out and the umbilical cord has been clamped. For a few seconds, you may feel like you are not in your body. That's the best way I can describe this feeling. You feel like you're not in your body. But then when you feel like, then you can rise. But if you rise immediately after the umbilical cord has been clamped without going, you will collapse, right? So yeah, take that also as information, right? And also after that, you may not be able to walk properly for the next week or so. So don't push yourself to walk. Please rest. Don't be bedridden. Rest. Have those 10, 20 steps around the house, outside. Go around your house, outside. Get some sun, get some fresh air, but then go back to rest. Rest. But do not be bedridden, right? I'm discouraging vigorous exercises like walking. I also did this amateur move. I did not have a village for me with my second child. Also, I'll always say this. What is reality? Oh, guys, you should call me Mikhail when you're having these topics. But then let's go back. With my first child, I had her C-section, right? And with my second child, I had him natural. So apparently I was a rookie in both instances, right? I couldn't have said that, okay, I did this the last time, so I'll be a pro this time. No, I was never given the chance to be a pro. I have been a jack of all trades, master of none, right? So yeah. With my second child, I did not have the village I had with my first, so I was basically just on my own and winging it. So what I did was I went to the shop to buy clothes for my child, right? Because with my first child, I was a pro in that area, by the way. With my first child, I bought newborn clothes for her, and she came out the giantest baby in the world. None of the clothes fit, so I had to go back to the store and buy 3 to 6 months clothes. With my second child, I was like, yes, master of none. I had treasure, I still don't consider myself a pro. Exactly. Imagine my T had the same experiences, but then had the same type of birth, but then different experiences. You can never be a pro. How much more then if you experienced one and then experienced the other? Imagine how much of a master you are not. Right. So with my second child, I was like, no, I've seen this before, so I'm not going to buy any clothes, maybe just one outfit for the birthing process. Even if he's big, I don't care, because it's just true. Shoni piece of the body, right? So I was like, you know what, just one outfit will be enough. Then I'll buy for the baby after. And what I did was I went there personally to the store to buy the clothes. Where my child, did I not collapse? I collapsed, but I did not allow myself to fall. You see that collapsing, that okay, my body is not happening now. Things are not happening. My body is dead. Right, you know that feeling. So I collapsed, but I didn't let myself fall. So I ran to the nearest Clicks pharmacy, and they gave me ORS, and I sat on the benches for just a few minutes. So I just want to encourage that and emphasize that do not strain your body. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. After birth, rest. Now, even if you feel like, you know what, I'm supposed to do this, I have to be doing this by now, I should be washing these blankets, right? Especially if you have been isolated. Truth be told, we live in a world of capitalism and individualization, right? Sometimes, just like me, you may not have anyone with you, so you may feel forced to wash that laundry or do whatever you feel like you have to do. Do not force yourself. Rather ask neighbors, guys, because been there, done that. I'm talking from experience, right? And in line with the hormonal changes, the hormonal changes are just the same in both, because here you have it. Thank you, Michaeli. Here both instances you are from excessive hormones and it's going. However, with a natural birth, the fluctuation is gentle because your body understands that, oh, I've just given birth. Okay, hormones, now let's go down. The pregnancy is over. Now let's focus on taking care of the baby. But with C-section, your body is pregnant. It's still pregnant. Now you have a baby, but your body is saying, no, I'm pregnant. Maybe after 6 months or a year, then your body starts. That's why you're so prone to postpartum depression when you have gone through the C-section route, right? So yeah, that's it for today. Yeah, we're done for today, and now let's do the summary, right? So okay, today we were on week 8 and we were discussing C-section versus natural birth and navigating hormonal changes. And today's session theme summary reads: this week we explore the powerful and often unpredictable hormonal shifts during natural birth and C-section that occurs in pregnancy and postpartum. These changes can affect mood, energy, sleep, and emotional regulation. Understanding your hormonal landscape allows you to meet yourself with compassion instead of confusion. You are not too much, you are literally transforming. And except from our book, Born Into Change, the gist is hormones rewrite emotional language daily. And we're going to take it from the chapter Motherhood and Legacy, Born Into Change. The subtopic is Birth as Transformation. The moment of delivery is more than physical, it's metaphysical. It's the crossing from one identity to another. The body releases a child. The psyche releases an old self. This moment is often surreal, primal, and unforgettable. It's not just the birth of a baby, it's the birth of a mother. Woo! Powerful, powerful, powerful. And what is our quote for today? Our quote reads: your body is speaking. Listen with grace, not Sorry about that, guys. That's my child. Code reads, your body is speaking. Listen with grace, not judgment. Ooh, thanks for being there, my guys. That's it for today. Forgive any interruptions. Forgive everything. I don't have help today. It's just me. So yeah, lento yokuzalela emanzini. Michael, I spoke about that ekuqaleni. I started with it. Why weren't you there? But then, guys, it's fine. If you were not there at the beginning of the session, it's fine. Just go over to my YouTube channel. The link is in my profile. I will save this. I save every live, in fact, on my YouTube channel. So go there and check it out. Michael, I spoke about water birth ekuqaleni as to what was the origination of water birth during the ancient of days, because they copied this thing from our ancient forefathers. They understood what water helps in line with birth, right? So do check it out. I'll post it. Check the video in my YouTube channel. And then also remember, if you're a mom planning for birth, planning for pregnancy, pregnant, about to give birth, or you have given birth, remember there are indigenous remedies, indigenous concoctions, steam, cleansings that are in line with your body. They speak with your true DNA. I'm not against Western medicine, but I feel like Western medicine is too Western to understand your body. So go with the indigenous route because it speaks to your DNA, your indigenous DNA. So cleanse, fix your aura, protect your aura with these herbs and teas. If you're interested, do check out my WhatsApp. The number will be in my profile. So don't be afraid, check it out. Just WhatsApp me and we'll take it from there. So guys, from me to you, take care of yourselves. This video will be saved on YouTube. Link in my bio. Bye guys. Have a lovely week. Meet you Monday, 1 p.m. South African Standard Time. We are talking deconstruction. We are deconstructing culture and anything that we're indoctrinated with. We are questioning everything. So Monday, 1 p.m. deconstruction. Friday, 1 p.m. motherhood. Thank you guys. On YouTube. Okay, Michael, just go to my profile, the one on TikTok. Go to it. On my bio, there underneath the bio, you'll see the link. Just click on the link. It will lead you to YouTube. But then even on YouTube, I'm Beacon of Light, the same logo and everything. Just go there. But it's easier if you follow the link on my profile. Bye guys. See you next week, Monday. Also next week, Friday. All of them 1 p.m. Bye TikTok. Start with Facebook. Bye Facebook. Bye Instagram. Bye TikTok.